They consider the following g of x, which is given by the following formula. No? And then they say the following information of g is given. The domain, they say which x is an element of all real numbers, but x cannot be equal to -2, meaning which this thing here is a vertical, it's a vertical asymptote. Okay? What is our vertical asymptote? It says which x is going to be equal to what? -2. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to start by saying number one. On number one, we're going to start by saying y is going to be equal to a all over x. Now, what is the value that we're going to put so that we can get p? Okay? What is the value here that we can put so that we can get this thing here? If it's negative, when we come here, we're going to say it's going to be what? +2. Okay? And then this is going to be plus q. So for putting this vertical asymptote here, we'll give you 1 mark. After that, what are you given as a length? You are given k, point k. Can you see point k? Okay? Let's go and substitute point k. What does point k say? It says which y is 0. Ne? You come and put which you have 0, which is going to be equal to a all over. What is x when y is 0? It's 1 plus 2 plus q, like this again. And then from here onwards, what are you going to have? You simplify this again. You have 0, which is going to be equal to a all over 3 plus 2. Ne? Now you want to simplify this by removing the 3. Ne? How do you do that? You multiply by 3, multiply by 3, multiply by 3. If you multiply everything by 3, you get 0 here. 3 and 3 are going to divide each other, you get a again. This one multiplied by this one, it gives us what? 3q. We give you a mark for substituting point k, 1 mark for saying 0 and 1, 1 mark. Okay, where are you going to get the other mark then? You can make a the subject of the formula. Take this one to this other side again. It says which a is going to be equal to -3q. And then we'll call this one equation number 1. Let's go again. Now we're going to use point n. Let's use point n. If you use point n, you are going to have -1 all over 2, which is going to be given as a all over. Instead of x here, we're going to put 0 plus 2 plus q. And then we're going to have -1 all over 2. We give you another mark for substituting k. We give you a mark. Substituting n, we give you a mark. So a person, if they did something like this, they're substituting n. We are going to give them a mark for that. Then they have a all over 2 plus q. After that, you're going to multiply everything by 2. Okay? Let's do that. Multiply by 2, multiply by 2, multiply by 2. If you do that, what are you going to get? You get -2 again. A plus 2q. Huh? -1. Oh, yeah, this one and this one, they divide each other. Sorry about that. -1, like this. No? Okay, after that, we have equation number 2. Let's call this one equation number 2. And then you take this one and then you sub it here. You're going to have -1, which is going to be equal to -3q plus 2q. Like this again. We give you a mark for substituting there. After that, you solve for q again. This one and this one, they give us what? -q, which is going to be -1 again. Therefore, q is going to be 1. We give you a mark for that. And then a. You want to get a again. A is going to be given as -3 multiplied by 1, which says which a is going to be equal to what? -3. We give you a mark for that. All in all, you get 6 marks. How do you get your 6 marks? Putting 2, Amish. Substituting n. Substituting k. Equation number 3. Substituting equation number 3. Q. And then getting a is -3, and then all in all, you get 6 marks. Now, why this question? Why did I put this question, guys? Even if you couldn't solve question number 1, no fool. When you go to question 2, then you can be able to answer all the questions. I agree they told you what is the equation here. Ne? Yeah, there's no need for a learner to stop writing from here. The equation is given like this. They say determine the range. What is going to be the range of this thing here? The range is going to say y is an element of all the real numbers. Okay? But y cannot be what? It cannot be 1. 1 mark for that. Y cannot be 1. 1 mark. Okay, number 3. Determine the equation of H, the axis of symmetry of G, in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. Okay? How are we going to get that one? We take this part. Okay? It says, number 3, y is going to be equal to x plus 2 plus 1. And then we give you 1 mark for this. And then it says x plus 3. We give you 3 marks all in all. And then we go to number 4. They say determine k prime. What is going to be k prime if k is a reflection by the line, by the axis of symmetry. So you take this thing here and then you reflect it by the line axis y is equal to x plus 3. Let's try to have a rough sketch of this thing. Which, how does it look like? We have x is minus 3. X minus 3, and then y is what? Y is 3. So you have something that looks like this. And then you have minus 1. What is this point here? This point here, it's k. K is 1 and 0. 1 and 0. So you have something that looks like this. Now let's check before the mirror. How many coordinates before the mirror, and then how many coordinates after the mirror? If you check here, for you to go from minus 1 to minus 3, how many times did you move? You moved how many times to go from here to here? You moved 2 times again. Yeah, you also, if this is the mirror, you also have to move two units after the mirror. So you're going to have minus 2, and then you're also going to have what? Minus 5. So this k prime here is going to be minus 5 and what? And 0. Which one? The one is positive. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I made a mistake here. I'm proposing you solve this thing graphical. I don't know how to solve it in a simplest way. So we have this point, which is 1 and 0, which is k. And then you take this point, you say you're going to reflect it by this line. This line, it says, which here you have minus 3, and then here you have 3. How do I know that? Actually, this is the equation. I can simply draw this straight line, which is a rough sketch of this line. Here it is. Now, if this one is a mirror, how does the mirror work? Again, we're going to have the point before the mirror, and then we're going to have the point after the mirror. How many times did I move so that I can get to this point? So remember, this is 1. I'm moving 1 unit. I'm moving 2 units. I go to minus 1. Okay? I move, I get to minus 2. And then I move, I get to minus 3. How many times did I move? 1, 2, 3, 4. I should also move 4 units after the mirror. So if I move 4 units after the mirror, I'm going to have what? Minus 4, it's 1 again. Minus 5 is 2 again. Minus 6, minus 7. So what is going to be this k prime? This k prime is going to be minus 7, which goes with what? With 0. So this new point that they're talking about is going to be 7 and what? And 0. 1, 2.